Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play a Danganronpa 2 Part 29. That's probably the correct number. In the previous video, we got the second class trial kicked off and we were wondering if anybody wants to object. I'm trying to remember what was actually established. You know, it's a new day, new morning, coming back to finish the class trial. I know we started things off with Nagito jokingly, I'm using air quotes there, accusing us of being the murderer, when he could have just been like, if anyone ever asked a question about our credibility, he could have just been like, hey, he didn't see the movie, so he doesn't know about it to imitate it, and that would have taken about 12 seconds instead of making it take 12 minutes.
Then it's decided. Hyoko was killed before Ibuki.
Oh yeah, we established that.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now.
Oh yeah, we dueled Gundam in a bladed word showdown.
Fine then, but regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
I guess you're not wrong.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Are you really a bear?
Huh?
Are you Fuzzy Wuzzy?
Something like this happened last time too.
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
Convict them. Suicide?
The same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is. Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Or I could spank Hajime.
Why me? Nagito? What do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Well, I mean, I understand Hyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered.
You think he's gonna try and say that like Ibuki was the killer and then that she killed herself out of like shame or something?
For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hyoko.
Yeah.
And then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
I mean, theoretically, yes. In actuality, no.
That's totally impossible! Then she never would have killed her to begin with! She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right?
Yeah.
After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that time.
Or they had an accomplice, which we can't 100% rule out.
Then she was alive!
What?
When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead.
Okay, that's fucking stupid as hell.
If she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
She was just, you know, hanging there lifelessly for the lull. And then she, like, during that time, she had the time to get back up there and redo the noose and everything? I don't buy it.
She hanged herself, remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging. Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
Yeah, what if Hajime's a notorious corpse tickler? What if he decided this was the perfect time to tickle her? When she's hanging there all
So
defenseless
that
like.
means there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
What the heck?
There's still one more issue on my mind. If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw?
Mikan, would you like to chime in? And tell us how you're the murderer?
According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right? Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
Or maybe they just said, hey, Ibuki, it'd be real funny if you were to climb this stepladder. And then she did it because she was not right in the head.
I don't know anything about that.
Don't say it all proud.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something.
Quit participating in the trial, Mikan. It makes it harder for me to suspect you.
So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was. So, An alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi.
Maybe.
Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
No, it's not.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
I believe no. I've operated under the assumption it does not.
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually live?
What time did Hajime see that video?
Yeah, okay. I'm pretty much like I'm gonna completely retract my Mikon suspicion. I think I'm full on the Kazuchi train now, based on just how they're acting in the trial.
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement.
Kazuchi's being very, like, uneasy, not necessarily all that helpful. Mikon is taking an active participation in the trial, and talking about things that, in my theory, she would not want to talk about.
And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
No.
Then, we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time? Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence!
Sonya's a little sus here. Like, you know, kind of trying to take control a little bit. Little, like moderate. I mean, like low moderate. Not much, but it's something you gotta pay attention to.
We can exclude the sick people like
Mikon's account. Mikon's account is that she is a murderer. Now, afterwards, she went to the hospital to check on everyone and realized that Ibuki had disappeared. When she rushed out of the hospital to search for Ibuki, she apparently met up with Fuyuhiko. What all do we have? Invitation,
And what
Sonya's
about the
account,
others?
surveillance monitor video.
Right before the
Fuyuhiko.
morning announcement.
Let's look at Sonya's and Fuyuhiko's. Just as a little bit of a refresher. Okay. So Sonya told her to go to the music venue, but it doesn't really say anything about where she was at the time. Okay, after Fuyuhiko met Mikon from the hospital, they split up to search for Ibuki. They checked the movie theater and the Electric Avenue, but they didn't find anyone. Apparently Fuyuhiko and Mikon were only separated for a short time. Okay.
I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
Sleeping.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
Sorry, I cannot read
What about
this.
you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's
Kind-
not an alibi.
I mean,
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if
well, does it mention him being in his cottage in his alibi? It doesn't say he was there. But he did say at the time that he was in his cottage, and then the morning announcement woke him up. That's not mentioned in the text, but I'm gonna go for it. I'm not super
Operation
confident in it.
Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
If nobody has an alibi, could we contradict that with anything? Person who doesn't have an alibi?
we can exclude the sick people like
So before and after. I mean, I'm gonna try and agree with Fuyuhiko. Like me and Akane.
And what about the others?
Right before the morning. I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing
We
that.
have no reason to believe that he was
So
not
everyone who
sleeping.
stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's
I can't
not
tell if
an
that...
alibi.
I think that got blocked by the...
Aside from those
I
afflicted
even
by the
waited to see if
disease,
there was going to be a silencer
if
thingy.
nobody has an alibi,
Nobody
then
has an alibi. Well, before we start thinking about it, let's make sure this is actually wrong, which I don't think it's correct, but it's my gut instinct.
we can
So we're gonna
exclude
go
the
with
sick
that.
And what about the...
Right before the... I was totally sleeping.
I think everyone at
So everyone who stayed...
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be,
Oh, get
my
blasted.
own cottage.
That's wrong. Okay. We were sleeping at our cottages, right? But that's not an alibi since there's no one here to back it up. Hey, Hajime, can't you do something about that?
Crap.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I agree. You
we
did
can
mention
exclude
at
the
the
sick
time.
people like me and Akane, right?
Sonya's account,
And what about the others?
movie invitation ticket. Now, Sonya's account has nothing to do with, like, her location.
Right before the morning announcement.
Mikan's account. You know, it's early in the morning. I'm still waking up here. Afterward, she went to the hospital to check on everyone and realized that Ibuki had disappeared. So it's before... I mean, technically she doesn't have an alibi. Like, prior to meeting up with Fuyuhiko. Maybe we could do Mikan's account.
I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
Because
So
no one
everyone
can
who
actually
stayed at the
confirm
motel
what she
doesn't
was
have an
doing
alibi.
in the motel.
What about
Not
you
in the
guys?
hospital, I mean.
I was where I was supposed to.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi...
Okay.
No, that's wrong.
So it seems like maybe I'm correct in suspecting Mikan, but she's not the
Not all
actual
of us are
killer.
missing an alibi.
So I did pick up on the idea that she doesn't have an alibi for this section, but she's maybe not like she's like the fake killer. Kind of like what Byakuya is in the Chapter 2 Clash Trial in the first game, where there was a lot of concrete evidence against Byakuya, but the explanation was just that he's a weirdo, not an actual murderer.
In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
Oh wait, Mikan, never mind, I misread the situation.
You two have alibis?
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikan and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
Shut up.
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime.
Shut up. Be gone.
Too much info.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward. So we were together until right before the announcement.
I mean, I still think my theory holds some water. I don't believe it's true anymore, but
I get it.
I think
You
it could
guys have
theoretically have
alibis.
worked. Because she was alone for that entire time, like once Hajime goes to the lobby. No one else can confirm what she was doing up there.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
It's better if we think about it like that. The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was?
Yeah. I still haven't really got the imitation murder angle, to be honest.
Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process.
I mean, I still think the murder was done like the night before.
Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel.
Wait, what'd you say there again? I kind of zoned out. Faking the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence.
I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
Killer had a different reason? If that's the case, are we still in the killer's trap? Inside a trap set by one of us? If so, then whose and what kind of trap is it? Oh, is that the... we're actually already at the halfway point. Dude, this trial's like kind of short.
Hiya!
Because, I mean, it was like 30 minutes into the video before we started the Clash Trial last time, I think. So we're only like 50 minutes in.
Stop it!
Don't characterize me as someone who lives off moss balls. And here's some chance time. What's that? Now then, Monami's appeal time starts now. Appeal time? Your kind-hearted big brother is going to give you a chance to reclaim your honor. Good luck. Show those jerks who treat you like a red-headed stepchild who's boss. That's 99% your fault. While you were whining, your time's already running out, so please make your appeal simple. About 30,000 words or so. That's too long. It'll just be a boring appeal. Come on, if your appeal is successful, there might be merchandising opportunities heading your way. Then... I'm Usami, magical girl Usami, and I'm an itty-bitty girl who's sweet like milk. Alright, rejected. Jeez, and I thought a certain robot's little sister was supposed to be the best.
What a disappointment!
Who are you talking about? I got no clue whatsoever. Yeah, I'll save.
I'm Monami. Once again, I've been put in such an unreasonable situation.
You're not in a situation. You're just along for the
Seriously,
ride.
He's like the king of unreasonableness. Why did it turn out like this? We were supposed to have a fun, friendly school trip, but it turned out all bloody instead. No! This definitely cannot be allowed. That's why I want you to remember this. Everyone, do your very
All right, we know. We've heard it before. The reason the killer did an imitation murder is for a reason other than falsifying the murder sequence. I mean, I didn't really buy that in the first place. Like, I didn't ever think that, oh, because the hanging was first in the film, that must have happened first.
Huh.
It suddenly got quiet in
Suddenly
here.
got quiet in here.
Oh yeah, they talk, dude. They talk. Sometimes I forget that they talk.
Did I confuse you? If so, I wish I could die from self-loathing.
I'm not really confused.
Man, this again.
If that's the case, it would have been just dandy if they had gone ahead and killed me too.
I mean, you said it, not me.
If that happened, the imitation would have been perfect. So why didn't they do that?
Because they couldn't.
Well, it's against the rules to kill 3 people in the first place.
That rule is too harsh. I couldn't get killed because of that.
Seriously, just shut up already! Shut up forever!
But I'm thinking about it again, and he's totally right. It feels incomplete.
Because they didn't kill 3 people like the movie did? That's only because of Monokuma's rule.
Yeah?
It's not just that. Come on, try to remember the content of the movie.
I don't think Hyoko's death really has anything to do with the lion, but...
About the lion that got killed second.
That's the one Hyoko's body was imitating, right?
I guess.
Even though we're calling it an imitation, the lion was actually pinned by arrows, right? But Hyoko's body was suspended by common household duct tape. Maybe they just used a common substitute because it was too difficult to imitate the arrows.
I mean, the arrows would have given away the whole wallpaper thing. Like, you wouldn't have been able to hide that behind the wallpaper like you could the duct tape.
Well, that's probably it, but that attitude is what makes this feel incomplete. If falsifying the murder sequence was the killer's plan from the very beginning,
They should have just used differently numbered hammers.
they should have taken steps to properly imitate it.
But if we never realized it was a half-assed imitation, their entire plan would have been completely useless.
What are you trying to say? Are you saying the imitation wasn't planned?
I'm saying, Hyoko's murder wasn't.
Okay.
What?
Hyoko's murder wasn't planned. Oh, okay. She goes to the music venue because of what Sonya said. The killer was already there getting ready to make Ibuki kill herself. And then Hyoko was just caught in the crossfire?
I understand the imitation wasn't enough, but aren't you making a bunch of assumptions?
It's not just the poor imitation. There are also other strange details.
Strange details? Like what?
Like, for example, why did Hyoko go to the music venue?
Wanted to get her partay on?
So, you're saying the truth behind Hyoko's murder is hidden?
I have no freaking clue what you're trying to say.
However, this is getting quite interesting. My 4 dark devas of destruction are getting riled up.
Well, why Hyoko went to the music venue? If that's the key to all this, I need to find that out no matter the cost. And we know. Make your argument. Sonya's account is not on here? Okay, maybe we don't know. Motel room key, maybe?
Why did Hyoko go to the music venue?
Dude, there's so many. Is Sonya's account on here?
There's no way we'd know
I
that.
don't think so.
Maybe the killer summoned her.
Summoned her? Maybe we do have to remember we
That's
can...
not it. Maybe she got abducted by...
Not abducted. Not abducted. Blast. Blast. Blast! Wait, that's an agree. I wanted to... That's... yeah.
Crap!
Yeah. I know. I thought that was an orangey boy.
Why did Hyoko go to the music? There's no way we did.
Maybe the killer
If that's not. Maybe she got abducted by the killer. No,
Wrong.
maybe. She went of her own free will.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with that. It's just as Sonia said. She went to the music venue of her own free will.
So, exactly as I assumed.
If no one called for her, then why did she go?
Hyoko locked herself in her room because she was being overly cautious of the despair disease, you know? I don't think a person like that would leave their room just because someone called for them.
There's no way she got abducted?
Hyoko locked the room she was staying in before she went out.
If she was forcibly taken from her room, there's no way she would have had time to lock it.
Yeah?
The killer could have locked her door, right? Just to hide the fact Hyoko got abducted.
No.
Then they couldn't have hidden her room key that deep in her kimono. They would have put it somewhere more obvious.
I mean, I still don't buy this whole obvious angle, considering the only reason we know about the key in the first place is because Nagito was like, went out of his way to be like, hey, there's that key. Gosh, sure do you think someone should grope Hyoko's dead body? Really, it's important. Please do this.
Otherwise, there's no point in messing with the crime scene if nobody finds the key. At the time, you were the one who actually took out the key, right? Then something like that.
I won't lose.
Oh no. It's slashy / fun times.
Are you saying my gut was wrong?
Yes.
This could be my first and last highlight of the day. Why won't you just let me shine already?
Ain't nobody gonna stop
that's not the
Akane
issue.
shine.
Shut up! Enough with your fancy talk. I'll shut you up right now.
Okay? You can't kill us, okay? That would be more than 2 murders in one class trial section. Stepladder, Candle, Smudge, Mikon, Sonya's account.
Hyoko was locked inside her room, right? She
Sonya's-
definitely got abducted.
Sonya's
The killer
account.
forced their way into Hyoko's room and forcibly abducted her. That girl is so small and weak-looking, and that's why the killer targeted her.
I wish I could, like, switch while I'm slashing.
But Hyoko's
But, like, when you're
room was
slashing, you
locked.
can't switch.
The key was deep inside her kimono, remember? It's more likely that Hyoko locked the door herself.
The killer was the one who locked the door. So what if the key was in her kimono? Maybe the killer just put it there later.
Okay?
There's no
We're
reason
still
for the killer to
advancing.
put the key in
We haven't
Hyoko's
seen
kimono.
anything to slash
The
yet.
killer probably didn't realize she even had the key.
Hold on. Try remembering Hyoko's body. Her kimono was all
Ah,
messed up.
blasted. Okay, or not. There should be no doubt about that. Her kimono was messed
Hold
up.
on. Try remembering her kimono was all messed up. There's
Is it-
only one reason her kimono would be that messed up. She fought the killer.
Ah! Okay,
Allow
there
me
we
to
go.
cut through those words. The reason Hyoko's kimono was messed up was because she wasn't able to properly wear it.
Wear her kimono?
Yeah, it's also the reason why she decided to go out on her own.
Naked.
Hyoko seemed to be really struggling with wearing her kimono. I believe that was one of the reasons she locked herself in her room. That is why I informed her. I told her that there was a full-length mirror at the music venue, and I suggested that she use it.
And then I snuck in behind her and stabby stab, stab stab stab.
Then the reason her kimono was messed up wasn't because she fought the killer.
Yeah, she went to the venue on her own just to fix her messed up kimono.
I get it. I lost. Boil me, burn me, take off my clothes. Do whatever you want to me.
We'll do 2 of those things. Not the 3rd.
Hajime, now's your chance. Make her admit defeat. Or better yet, make her do a little something something.
No. Bonk. Go to horny jail. You know the joke.
Then, the killer probably couldn't have assumed that Hyoko would go to the music venue.
Unless there were Sonya. I don't think it's Sonya, but I mean, it's theoretically. Like, I feel like she does kind of, that's like an assumption you have to make.
Though that may not apply to Sonya,
Yeah.
since she provided Hyoko with that information.
I don't think that's true, but I just wanted someone to mention it.
Though I knew she would go there, there is no way I could have predicted when she would arrive.
Yeah, it's not like you like live right next to her or nothing.
Don't go doubting Miss Sonya, you cretin. I'll put you and your hamsters 6 feet under.
You think Kazuchi could take Gundam? I mean, I don't know. Probably? I give him heavy probably energy.
Kazuichi, it seems you have quite the fashion sense. Do you want me to incinerate your clothes? Perhaps I could do that while you're wearing them.
Gundam, please stop! For his sake.
I mean, Gundam also seems like the type of kid who actually has like a gun in his backpack, so maybe you don't want to mess with him.
Huh? What do you mean, for my sake?
You're cool, don't come to Hope's Peak Academy tomorrow?
Of course. I've already overlooked no less than 10 opportunities to kill you.
Even if the killer couldn't predict it, why did Hiyoko get killed in the music venue?
Because she walked in on something she wasn't supposed to.
The only thing I can think of is, it was an unfortunate coincidence.
Coincidence?
Coincidence?
When she went to the venue by herself,
Oh, it's that freaking
she
bald
was
dude again. He's
probably just
back.
unlucky and walked in on the crime scene.
She was killed so there wouldn't be any loose ends?
It probably happened when the killer was preparing to kill Ibuki. The killer most likely had already placed the hemp bag over her head, and without hesitation,
Slash.
Killed Hiyoko.
Just like they're cutting through bad
because
arguments.
the killer used that coincidence for their crime, it made this case even trickier.
That's the reason they imitated the movie to falsify the murder sequence.
Sure. I mean, I feel like it makes more sense for it to just be like they were hiding her body and that was the best way to do it, and it just happens to have some resemblance to the movie.
Which means that low-down scoundrel didn't plan on committing imitation murders at first.
Then what was the killer actually planning to do? They've been cunning this far. There's no way they'd kill Ibuki without a plan.
I mean, I think the plan was just to make it seem like Ibuki killed herself. And then you could be like, well, she was all mentally messed up. And then you would convict Ibuki of being the killer. And then the actual killer who forced her into doing it would get away.
Do you have any ideas?
I mean, that seems like the most straightforward answer. It's obviously not going to be correct. Actually, Ibuki was so-and-so's long-lost sister and blah, 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 blah.
Damn, we don't know the most important part.
The killer's plan from the beginning. I'm pretty sure we're very, very close.
Hey Nagito, any ideas?
Ah, shit.
Hey, how long are you
I've
gonna
been
stay
zoning out.
quiet?
Nagito is not here right now.
Oh, am I allowed to speak?
No, actually.
I'm so happy I'm getting goosebumps. Everyone actually needs help from scum like me.
So what do you think?
I was thinking about it while I had my mouth shut. But now I'm finally able to come to a conclusion.
Hajime did it. Let's do that again.
Ibuki definitely didn't commit suicide.
Yeah.
Huh? What are you talking about?
At least not in the traditional sense.
I thought there might be a possibility that she faked her death and tampered with the crime scene.
I'm still under the assumption that the killer took advantage of her being so gullible due to the disease and, like, got her to do it. So it's not technically suicide. There was still some outside interference, but...
But now I remember. There was blood on Ibuki's slippers. So if she faked her death and walked around the music venue tampering with the crime scene, there'd be bloody footprints left in various places throughout the venue. So that's why I think there's no way she faked her death. There's no way Ibuki committed suicide.
Those sentences don't mean the things that you think they mean.
You know, we already finished talking about that a while ago.
Yeah.
Huh? Really? That's annoying. I guess I should just awkwardly laugh about it then.
Are you freaking kidding me? There's no limit to how useless you can be.
He's running an interference. That's his job, okay? Oh, wait a minute. If Ibuki had blood on her feet, there'd be footprints all over the place if she kept walking around.
Strange. That's very strange.
Very strange.
This is strange? What's strange?
See, it's not something we finished talking about. Those footprints, there's still an important clue left that we completely overlooked. Just as Nagito said, if she had blood on her feet, she would have left footprints. And why weren't there any footprints on the... No footprints were due to the... There was no footprints due to the smudge. It's the only thing that makes any sense. I don't really... Maybe disrespectful of me to say, shut up. Don't talk to me. There was no blood or no footprints because there were no footprints because she had blood on her feet. Yeah, that's it. There was a scrap of thick paper. There was a curtain. A curtain? Huh? A curtain? And there's a stepladder. Because she was standing on the stepladder.
I can prove it with this.
That's actually it. Oh my god. I said that as a joke because it was stupid.
She used the stepladder to hang herself. It's strange that there weren't any footprints on it.
Huh? There weren't?
Oh, okay, so wait, he kind of went in the opposite direction there. Because that's what I was thinking, was that, well, it couldn't be the stepladder because there'd be footprints on it.
Yeah, that stepladder was completely clean. No footprints or bloodstains at all.
I mean, there were some bloodstains, but not, foot bloodstains.
You noticed such a small detail. How amazing! This is truly the talent of a chosen ultimate.
What are you talking about? You were obviously leading us to this. That's why you brought up the suicide topic after all this time. Nagito Komeda, you're definitely someone I shouldn't underestimate.
But didn't you say you saw that video of Ibuki climbing the stepladder?
Don't bring the video up. Actually, do bring the video up, because that means I can suspect you again.
Then I think there's no doubt that she really did climb it.
Well, I guess, if we go back to my theory, right, that the video's faked, then there wouldn't have been... Like, we don't know that Ibuki actually climbed the stepladder the way we saw it. I've actually just kind of been making that assumption that the killer completely recreated what they did. But that's not necessarily how it happened if the video is faked. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure I'm like, they're definitely are hinting very heavily towards the video being faked. They wouldn't have brought up the curtain thing if not for that. Now, whether or not Mikan's the one who fakes the video is still up for debate. I can't think of anyone else who could have faked the video, really, with the exception of, like, Nagito. And I don't think it's Nagito. So, I forgot I was going with this. But yeah, I was kind of, like, operating under a bit of a fallacy there.
Unless there was something funny about that video.
I see. So there was some kind of trick arranged in that video,
But that's something only Hajime would know, since he's the only one who saw that video.
So just as I thought, it comes down to that. The mystery surrounding this incident is contained in that video. And whether or not we can reach that hidden truth is all up to me.
Hajime, I leave it in your hands.
What?
As long as I leave this to you, I won't tell you to do your best, but oh well. You should get started already.
This is like a Byakuya going like, tell him, Makoto. I know the answer, but you explain it to everyone else.
Yeah, I'll definitely try.
There was some hidden clue in that video. I should have seen something strange as I watched it. Oh, are we doing pick a spot? I'm the only one who actually saw that video, so I'm the only one who can do it. Okay. Hanging video that I saw. Based on everything I know from the debates thus far, I should be able to figure out what's strange. The curtain. The black curtain in the background, huh? Based on that video alone, I don't know if the curtain's suspicious or not. Okay. There's no blood on the thingy.
Here! That's right, I remember now. There was definitely something strange about that video.
Dude, how in the hell is Hajime gonna remember that shit?
Can you explain it to us?
What's strange is that stepladder I mentioned earlier.
It definitely didn't have like a couple specks of blood on it. I can 100% say with surety because, the memory is totally infallible, right? There's no like data or anything that says that eyewitness testimonies are notoriously unreliable.
It's true that the steps of that stepladder weren't dirty, but on one side, there was a bloodstain, right on the left side of the stepladder. However,
So the
that
right side,
contradicts the
okay.
video I saw at the hospital.
So it's that the stepladder was flipped, not that the blood was added later.
There weren't any bloodstains on the stepladder in the video. It was completely clean.
Yeah, because when we got there, the
That
stepladder
is
had already been
truly
knocked over.
strange. If the video showed the moment of Ibuki's death, then Hiyoko should have already been dead by that point.
Even so, the fact is the stepladder had blood on it at the actual crime scene. But the stepladder in the video was completely bloodless.
And there's no way the video was recorded in advance. If that's the case, the only thing I can think of is...
It's possible those two stepladders were completely different.
Well, no, I think it's the same stepladder. It was just probably flipped.
Wait, are you saying there were 2 step ladders?
But where would you find another stepladder? There was only one stepladder in the music venue.
Then one of the stepladders was somewhere other than the music venue.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, the stepladder was in the conference room.
What do you mean?
Oh, Mikan's acting defense. Dude, if Mikan's actually the killer, I'm gonna be so, like, not happy, but I would like to at least have, like, one galaxy brain trial where I figured out who the killer was beforehand.
You're suggesting that the stepladder in the video isn't the only thing that's different. Am I right?
As long as I can nail one of the trials, I'll be happy.
That's amazing, Chiaki. All that gaming has given you incredible deduction skills. Is it okay to say that?
What are you two talking about?
Because, like, first trial didn't do very good. You know, went all in on Mikan. Never really suspected Teru in the slightest. Second trial, didn't really have a good suspect going in. I was pretty suspicious of Peko, like, early on. So, like, I give him, like, a B- on trial 2. If Mikan's actually the killer, though, that's, like, an A+ performance. At least in terms of, you know, not actually the trial gameplay-wise, but just the deduction skills prior to it. The stepladder isn't the only thing that's different, huh? Chiake said the stepladder was at a different place, but if that's the case, the thing that's different between that video and the actual scene of the crime is that thing, the place where the curtain killer did something. Curtain. The answer's curtain. Curtain. That is a big conference room. Curtain. That's a big word. That's a big $2 word, Hajime. Okay, so let's just like try sending stuff. So M. Let's try I. Dude, I'm so lucky. Final. Phil. There's a lot of L's. Philly cheesesteak. I know that's not how you spell it. Billow. Bilg. Filming location. Oh, don't blast it. Location. Looking for a C. How do I spell location? Nobody knows. Nobody knows how to spell these big $2 words. Looking. Ah, you bastard. You're a bad man, you know that? Low. Didn't mean to do that. We needed that. I needed that T. Please, sir. My T, it's very sick. We're not gonna talk about that one. Location. Oh, we have an I, dude. We have an I. We set up the I beforehand. Oh god, I thought those were gonna go into each other. I'm looking for an O, dude. The world's largest I.
I got it!
We've gotten very lucky with the starting letters in the last few times, or because like I think the
Besides the stepladder, the filming
bamboo
location must have been different too.
hangman, I had no clue what it was, what word it wanted, but we got lucky and we got like B A and M in the correct order just randomly.
What do you mean?
I mean, the video I saw was not filmed at the music venue. It was filmed somewhere else.
But the hospital monitor is supposed to display footage captured by the music venue camera, you know?
Now that still hasn't. I don't really know. I guess So, if we assume the step ladder, well, I guess we haven't really cleared up if it's 2 step ladders or it's the same step ladder. So I guess they could have, let's just say, for the sake of the argument, I'm going to use Mikon here, even though she may or may not actually be the killer. So let's say Mikon at night steals the camera from the music venue, takes it back to the hospital ahead of time. As soon as Hajime leaves, she goes upstairs, films the video. Hajime runs over, but when Hajime ran to the music venue, the camera was already there. So I think the only thing I can think of is that the camera that is broken at the music venue is like a dummy camera. Like, it's not actually the one that works. It's just a random one from the Electric Avenue.
Then, there's a possibility that the killer also tampered with the surveillance camera unit.
Now, Kazuchi said that's not possible. In order to show this that they filmed the video at the music venue instead of somewhere else, what did the killer do to the surveillance camera unit? Oh, we're diving. Okay. How does this work again? Is it A? A is go fast? Alright. A for accelerate. Makes sense. Oh. Oh. Alright. Oh. Almost didn't see you there, mister. Full accelerate. No compromise. Question. Which part of the surveillance camera? Both. I'm gonna go both. I'm gonna go big both. Oh, okay. Ooh, just jump. Okay, so it's probably the camera or the monitor. I really have no clue. Okay, it's the camera. Oh shit! Ooh, make it, Hajime. I mean, we almost made it. We almost had some speedrun strats. Oh yeah. Whoop! Hit him with a little sauce there. And then we can slow down just slightly here, because I think if we keep full accelerating, we're going to careen off the edge. Question 2. Did the killer tamper with, I'm gonna say the hospital. No, the music venue. Okay. We're running. The thing is, I just gotta be sure, like, I can't actually read the question out loud, because if I do, then we don't read it fast enough, because, you know, saying stuff out loud is, slower than just reading it on your own. Huh! Oh, come on, Hajime, you can do it. Question 3. When did the killer, they increase the signal? Took it with them? Yeah, okay. Do a kickflip.
It's all coming together. That's it. The killer just brought the camera from the music venue. With it, they made me think it was a live feed from the venue, when it was actually from somewhere else.
Is Chiake ever going to tell us about the curtain? Because I mean, I know Chiake knows what's up, because she's the one who, like, brought up the curtain.
Then only the monitor was left in the music venue?
And since it's not actually a clue we can use, I think she has to be the one to bring it up.
Yes, at least when I first discovered Ibuki's body. But when Hyoko's body appeared, the killer probably put the camera back too.
That means you should have realized that from the start and made this easier on all of us.
So let me revisit this again. Okay, in order to show they filmed the video at the music venue, the killer brought the camera from the music venue. With it, they made me think there was a live feed from the venue. Okay. So they took the thing from the music venue. But the thing is, the video was already smashed. Or like the camera and the monitor were already smashed by the time we got there. And they wouldn't have been able to beat Hajime, I don't think.
He did discover the body. I doubt his attention was focused on the camera.
I mean, I can say with a certainty that the camera was already smashed there.
Well, that's true, but in order to hide that the camera was missing, the killer did one more thing to the remaining monitor.
At least I'm pretty sure. I did kind of go back and look, and the camera, I believe, was already smashed on the ground when Hajime first went in there. The thing the killer did, painted it, flipped it over, hit it, destroyed it. Destroyed it?
I see! The killer smashed the monitor to pieces, destroying it. As long as it was in pieces, you wouldn't be able to tell if the camera was actually there or not.
But you can very clearly see the camera right there.
My attention was so focused on the body that even I couldn't have noticed something like that.
But you see the cameras right there. The little black piece, that's
And
the
the
camera.
moment Hajime left the music venue, the killer put back the camera they took.
And they destroyed it and left that in pieces as well.
Oh yeah, there actually is extra trash there. Okay, yeah. Alright, I just assumed that first black piece was the camera.
It's easy to say it was filmed somewhere else, but the surveillance camera's connection wasn't that strong.
Okay. I mean, that answers my... I mean, really, it's looking more and more like Mikan's the killer, because I can't think of anyone else who would have the time to... The only other person... Because, I mean, the only people who are in the hospital, right, is Nagito, Akane, and Mikan. Akane, she was still, like, out of it. I don't think... Unless she was, like, faking... I guess it's theoretically possible she was faking her disease to a great degree. But I feel like Nagito was more likely to do that. Granted, Nagito was still, like... When we talked to him, he was still out of it. That could have been him faking. Like, we do have to somewhat consider that possibility. But I think it's more likely that Mikan's just actually evil.
Despite Kazuichi's desperate repair efforts, it seems it could not transmit from the hospital to the motel.
I mean, I can't think of anyone else who... Because, I mean, unless they were in the hospital from that morning, maybe? But then, like, say if you're hiding out in the conference room, you wouldn't, like, you wouldn't have the knowledge to know when to activate the camera, I guess?
The fact that it was able to connect between the hospital and the music venue was amazing enough.
Because Mikan would have been the only person to know that Hajime was in the lobby at that exact time. Because it was before they were supposed to be there. Which means, even if it was filmed in another place, as long as it was transmitting to the hospital, the range would be pretty limited. If that's the case, where was the video filmed to make it look like it was filmed at the music venue? I mean, we know. Only possibility is that place inside that building. Another Hangman's Gambit? Conference room. Conference room, yep. They're a little over-reliant on this minigame all of a sudden. I mean, it's fine. It's okay. I think it is better than the conference room, than the minigame in the first game. On her. Looking for an E. They're going pretty easy on us here. How do I spell conference? That's not how you spell conference. Oh no, my greatest weakness. I'm looking for an N, right? Dude, how do I spell conference? I would like to, like, pretend this is a joke, but, E, we need an E, I mean an N, C, and an E. Looking for a C. You will not defeat me! No! No! The cursor's not fast enough. Granted, we hadn't actually sent the R yet anyway, so... I don't really like them being on the sides like that. I don't need you. I need O's. If you're an O, don't even apply. We don't even want to see your resume, okay? This is a discriminatory workplace. I'm just a boy looking for his M, you know?
I got it!
It's possible that it was filmed at the hospital's conference room.
Huh? The conference room?
But the hospital and the music venue look completely different.
Yes, maybe to your mere mortal eyes, but to supreme ascended beings like I and Gundam, we can see past the veil of human banality.
That's exactly why the killer did something to make those two places resemble each other.
Or there was a curtain. That also works. Make the conference room. If you make me do Hangman's Gambit and curtain again, I gotta make it clear what that work was. Okay, so spinning around. Music venue, curtain. Looking for a curtain.
There's no way the conference room and the music venue look the same.
Oh, dude, Mikan, she's being she's on the defensive, dude.
Did
We've
the
got
conference
her.
room look like the music venue?
Maybe?
Or did the music venue look like the conference room?
Music venue looked like the conference
Or did they
room.
make some kind of set?
Yeah. Music venue look. Or wait, set kind of works.
Just tampered with the camera.
Okay, both
I
making
still
music
can't
venue
believe
look
you
like
mixed up
conference
the
room
filming
works and
locations.
set.
Hajime, you're pretty stupid.
Incorrect. My IQ is 175. I took an online quiz.
There's no way the conference and the music venue.
Which place was in? Did the conference room look like the music venue? Or did the music venue look like the
Okay.
That must be it.
Kazuchi, I'm sorry for ever doubting you.
What
I
the
wouldn't
killer
have done
did
it
was-
if I hadn't suspected Mikan in the first time, and I felt slightly bad about it.
Make the music venue, the crime scene, look like the conference room.
Now, with that said, it's still possible that Mikan is not the killer. It's looking less and less likely, though.
They did that by using the black curtain hanging at the back of the stage.
And to think I started this video by saying I didn't suspect Mikan anymore. I'm gonna
What I
double,
remember,
triple, quadruple
There
down.
used to be a really flashy curtain, but after the incident,
Oh yeah, the curtain is different.
it somehow became a plain black curtain that didn't seem to be the right size.
That's right! It's so half-assed, just like Monami.
Yeah, you hear that, Monami? You're not thick at all.
Oh yeah? Well, your face looks stupid.
Oh, fucking got him, dude. It's like an insult I would use.
That curtain was hung so the music venue would look like the conference room?
In actuality, even though the curtain in the conference room doesn't stand out, it is a black light blocking curtain that's long enough to reach the floor.
I see. The conference room. Indeed, the floor of that room is
Yeah, it looks just like
the same color as the music venue stage. So the killer chose the conference room because they realized the floor matched.
And who's been around the hospital the whole time and has a lot of intimate experience with the hospital?
Matching floors, matching curtains. I guess it makes sense you'd mistake the two.
Because, I mean, it feels like it has to be someone from the hospital team. I mean, Fuyuhiko is also there a lot. I don't want to suspect Fuyuhiko, but I don't think he could have done it. Because while he would have had to have been, well, no. I mean, Fuyuhiko, I guess, is a possibility.
But that's not all. There should be something else the killer did to tamper with the evidence.
I just feel like
Probably.
Mikan makes more sense, though. Because Fuyuhiko wasn't in the hospital yet when the video started. He came after. Something else the killer did to make the music venue look like the conference room. It's gotta be candle.
I can prove it with this. You're referring to the candle in the music venue, right? In the video I saw, a candle was used for lighting. But if you think about it, that's pretty strange. The music venue has good lighting, so there's no reason to even use candlelight.
But wouldn't they have done it to make it feel creepier?
Is that what you thought you were doing, Mikan? You murderess?
That might have been another reason, but the main reason was probably to tamper with evidence. The lighting in the conference room and the music venue are so different. They couldn't be used during filming. That's why the killer used a candle as film lighting instead.
Which means... Are you saying the candle in the music venue wasn't actually used?
Maybe?
That candle was likely placed there just to make me think it was the same candle that was used in the video.
I mean, shouldn't they have, like, instantly tell, or been able to tell if the candle had been lit recently? I mean, it's pretty obvious when a candle has been recently on fire.
With candlelight, you can't see things in that much detail. Maybe they were going for that effect. With that cheap-ass camera, it won't capture much in a dark area.
Yeah, so we couldn't see like that the hair is different. You know, I did initially think that was Mikan's hair. Just saying.
As long as this all matches up, it should be no problem to say this is decided. The video I saw wasn't filmed at the music venue. It was actually filmed at the hospital conference
Yeah,
room.
I'm getting so excited.
If I'd found proof that
I'm gonna be
evidence
so
in the
crushed if it's not
conference room
Mikan
was
at this
altered,
point.
we would have reached an answer sooner. But it appears the killer already covered that up, so I didn't find anything when I went there.
But like, I'm trying to think. Now, like, who do I feel... I'm just making sure I'm not, like, making a big mistake here and overlooking something obvious. Because now that they're kind of starting to confirm my suspicions, now I'm starting to doubt it a little bit. So, Nagito ain't got hair that long. Kazuchi doesn't got hair that long. And plus, Kazuchi, now that he started taking an active role in the trial, and he's offering helpful stuff, I feel good about him. Neko, I don't know what you're doing, Neko. Fuyuhiko has no hair. Akane, she has hair that is like just barely long enough to fit. You do be liking fighting and meat. Chiake has been so involved in the case, it can't be her. Sonya has been mega quiet here recently, but she has revealed information that is useful to the case. Mahiru, definitely Mahiru did it. Mikan, dude, look at her hair, dude. It's got this, the random strands, just like in the photo.
But there's no mistake. That's the only place within the connection range of the surveillance camera.
The motel would have been too far, and the interior design of the movie theater is too distinctive.
But this must be a surprising turn of events for Hajime.
Is it?
You never suspected that the video you saw in the hospital was being filmed in the conference room.
Actually, I'll have you know, if you refer to 2 videos ago.
The incident isn't happening at the scene of a crime. It's occurring in the conference room.
I feel like I've heard Bayside Cop say that before, but isn't it the other way around?
If Ibuki's hanging video was filmed at the hospital's conference room, then was Ibuki killed at the conference room too?
No, that's not possible. Right after Hajime saw that video, he discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue.
Video was filmed at the conference room, but Ibuki's body was at the music venue, which means there was a fake somewhere. The fake must have been... What? I don't even know what this question is. The Hiyoko at the... What? The fake... I have no clue what you're talking... The fake was in the conference room. Yeah, okay.
I see.
The way that was phrased for some reason
person
just didn't
wearing
make any
the
sense
handbag
to
in
me.
that video wasn't Ibuki.
When I guess they're saying
It
the
was
fake, they meant the
killer
fake person.
pretending to be Ibuki.
Okay, it just kind of like, it was so sudden that it just took me off guard.
The killer put on a hospital gown, wore a hemp bag on their head, and was only pretending to be the victim.
By that time, the real Ibuki must have already been killed.
Yeah, you better look scared, Mikan. I'm on to you.
The actual time of death must have been earlier. Probably around midnight or dawn to avoid witnesses.
That's what I've been saying.
If they took Ibuki from the music venue to the hospital to kill her, there's no way it happened during the day.
So that's what happened. Then no matter how quickly I ran, it was impossible for me to rescue Ibuki. Which I kind of also thought because I would have been like a little annoyed if Ibuki had just hung herself and Hajime just runs out the door instead of trying to help. Now, it would make more sense from... Because, I mean, that seems like a... You know, it kind of makes Hajime almost like a bad dude there. I mean, you're not like... You can't be held criminally liable for not offering first aid, but... This kind of feels like a bad thing to do. But with her already being 100% dead, like, well ahead of time, it doesn't feel like, oh, it's Hajime could have saved her. The one who set a trap for me
But
was...
why did the killer go to the trouble of making a fake video just so Hajime could go to the crime scene?
The reason the killer made a fake video. There's only one possibility I can think of. And if I examine that possibility thoroughly,
Maybe by doing some sort of a child's game like Hangman.
then naturally the killer's identity will reveal itself.
Huh?
You fiend! Are you saying you already know who the killer is?
Maybe? That's right, I should already know. I should have already known who the killer is. It's a moment of truth. Oh, God. Dude, if it's not Mikan, I actually have no clue. Let's go!
Mikan, you're the killer, aren't you?
Dude, it's all the sweeter because I caught her being fucking evil in the start of the game, dude.
What are you talking about?
Like I said, aren't you the killer who murdered Ibuki and Hyoko?
Oh, dude, I'm so happy.
Killer? Huh?
Oh, dude, my heart's like actually beating a little bit faster.
I'm the killer? What is this?
We should... I don't know, we're like an awkward time. I don't think we're gonna be able to finish the trial. What I really should have done, oh man, I should have stopped right before we picked her and then done a cliffhanger, but I'm not that evil. Next time, we're going to reveal Mikan truly for her murderous ways, and I'm gonna celebrate for a second and before we do the next video. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part, and bye, guys.